I know I keep saying that everything I picked out I think is cute. Welcome back to the Chaos Corner. I'm Em, this is Em's Crochet Chaos, and today I went through Ravelry and gathered up a whole bunch of patterns that are perfect to make for the spring and summer. So if you'd like to join along, grab a drink, grab a snack, grab a project, and let's look at some of these fantastic patterns. Today I went and I found tops. Tank tops and short sleeve tops that I would love to make, and I hope you will as well. First up, we have the Seascape Scallop Tank Top by For the Frills. This is a free pattern and it is listed as easy for its skill level. It comes from extra small up to 3XL, and I love this design. The listing has photos on the beach, and that is where I think this tank top shines so much. The perfect scallop edging and tying the straps together in little bows just really feels like the perfect beach day wear, but not like a cover up, like an actual shirt that you can have and go on a nice like sunrise walk. One of my favorite activities that we would do every summer when we'd go up to Maine is sunrise walks with my grandparents, and we'd try and find sea glass. That is exactly where I picture wearing this shirt. Next, we have the Road Trip Tank by K Crochets. This is a paid pattern for $4. All prices I'm gonna give are US dollars. It comes in extra small up to 5X with the sizing, and I love this texture that this has. It feels a little bit different. It's not just like a regular bobble stitch. It's not just, you know, shells, which I love the way shell stitches look, especially for like a summer beachy kind of feel. But this one just feels like slightly unique and different to me, and it looks like it's a really fun top, and it looks like it's gonna be really easy to wear. This is the Chasing Summer top by Knits and Knots, and there is a free version available on the website, or you can buy an ad-free PDF for $7.25. This top seems to be really size inclusive. Like, there's tons of examples on the Ravelry page of different bust sizes, different body types. It lists going from extra small to 5X, and there's a lot of customization that people have done with this top, whether it be changing it for their body type or using variegated yarn, doing different stripings. This top seems to be really versatile, and I think it's a pretty fun one to add into the mix. This is the Swift top by Camilla Magnusson. It's gonna run you about $7.46. This is a Swedish pattern, so the sizing's listed as 1 to 14, but in the listing it does tell you the size for the chest circumference range and also for the length. And then it does say that there's a lot of customization tips for a bunch of different areas within the top. So I think it's gonna be a pretty versatile one. I personally hear Swift Tank, and obviously I'm thinking about Taylor Swift. And this to me just feels like debut, but grown up. Like, maybe this is the top you would want for like a debut TV reveal if it's coming. I mean, we know it's recorded. So that's where I feel like this tank fits perfectly. So any Swifties out there, maybe you want to make this tank. We have our second pattern by For the Frills. This is the Blair Ribbed Hem Crop Top, and this has a really wide variety of sizing. So it's listed as extra small up to 5X plus. So this one I think is going to be able to work for a lot of different people. Also is another free pattern that is available. So that one's really cool. So we get free and a lot of sizes available for the pattern. Now what I love about this top is how dramatic it is with that giant ribbing. I mean, it's like half of the shirt is this ribbing, and it's so simple but so effective in the way that it's made, especially with using the ribbing to make it more form-fitting and like a negative ease against the body. So I think this one's really cute, especially she styles her photos so well that I don't know if I'd find a pattern by her that I wouldn't want to make, if only because of the way that she styles them. Plus, so far, both of these patterns have been free. This is the Adult Rainbow Halter Top by Apina Roscoe, and this one is a $6 pattern on Ravelry. It comes from a small to an extra large with the instructions. And this top just feels like the absolute perfect thing to make for yourself for Pride. I love the rainbow, I love the cloud details and the scalloped edge, and it comes in a child size for pattern as well. Having some matching tops for the summer and Pride and just sunshine. I just feel like this top is perfect for all of that. All right, so this is the first of our 2 granny square tank tops. I'm personally not a person who loves granny square projects. I love making granny squares, just making enough of the same thing for a project. Usually I get tired of it, but these next two are just too cute not to include them. So first up, we've got the Tulip Square Tank Top by Wilma Westenberg. And this just looks, this is too cute. I don't know what to say. It comes from a small to a 5XL in its sizing. It is a free pattern, but you also can buy it on Ravelry for about $7.41. It's adorable. I think it's a really cute granny square top, and I just think it's really nice for some spring and summer wear. And our second granny square tank is the Breezy Days Daisy Tank by All About Ami. This is another free pattern, though you can buy a paid PDF for $6. And it comes from a small up to a 5X with the pattern sizing. And if All About Ami sounds familiar to you, that is because it is the same designer of the Breezy Days Daisy blanket that I use to make my granny square coasters. And I love this Daisy square so much. And like, this would be the one that I'm like, I'm willing to make this Daisy square enough and make this tank top. Is too cute. I love the way this square works up, and I think it'd be fantastic to make as a tank top. Next, we have the Chantilly Crochet Summer Top by A Crocheted Simplicity, and this one is available for free, or if you want an ad-free PDF, it's $6, or this has also been made with Lion Brand, so you can go on the Lion Brand website and buy it as a all-encompassing kit with the yarn and the pattern included. This says it's an extra small to a 5XL, and I just think it's really pretty with the kind of more open lace top, but it's still a solid tank, which is nice because I love some of the lacy designs, but it does mean that you need something else underneath, and I think this is a good compromise where it's like, okay, I've got some lacy, but I also can just wear this as my top, and I don't have to worry about anything else. This is the Estes Top by Anna Erlandsson. This is a completely free pattern. Oh. This is a completely free pattern, and I think this just takes our previous top and just like elevates it just that much more, because you do still have a solid front and solid back, but that opening on the side, again, this I feel like is another perfect beach top. Like if you're at the boardwalk and you want to go into a restaurant, you can have this on, have it be covered and be an actual shirt, but still have that like little flirty bit of the side coming through. I think this one's really, really cute. When I found this tank top, I knew I absolutely had to include this in the video. This is the Mandala Vest Top by Simone Francis. It is a paid pattern for $6.38 on Ravelry. Now, I will say this is a UK pattern, but it does say it comes in both US and UK terminology. So just be careful with that information, that you are using the correct terminology for you. Also, it is listed UK sizing 8 to 18, but in the description it does not list any measurements for like the chest or the length or anything. So you do want to take that in consideration if you're going to buy this pattern. Really make sure you compare your sizing to a UK sizing to get an understanding to see if this pattern would fit you or not. But even with those limitations, I just think this mandala is so gorgeous that like I had to include it. There was no way I couldn't. This is the Summer Skulls Tank by Alice Braylon, and I love it so much. First of all, it is made to measure, so you don't need to worry about the size inclusivity, and if they got things right or wrong based on different body types, it's gonna be made to fit you. Second of all, we all know Floyd Crochet is having a moment right now, and this skull pattern is so cute. It is a $10 paid pattern, but I think it is worth every penny, because it's just not one of those things that you're finding everywhere. It's not that, oh, I'm just gonna make a granny stitch top, which, I mean, I love, I have them. Or, you know, I'm putting squares together, or even just being like, we're gonna make a top in single crochet, and it's gonna be very cute, but it's not the most original idea. This one I feel like is so original and so adorable, and if you are a person who likes skulls, like spooky season, goth, anything like that, this is right up your alley. And speaking of originality, oh my god, this is the Fish You Were Here tank. First of all, like perfect Bob's Burgers pun, right? By Heidi Kneeling, and I have never seen anything like this. This is a paid pattern for $6. It is also another made to measure top, which I love. And in the notes also talks about you can just make the fish and make it like a scarf or a belt. There are some examples in the listing where people have turned it into a dress because they just keep that chevron going. I just honestly want to put up like every single photo here available because it is gorgeous. This definitely seems like a more complicated design, definitely more intermediate, maybe even towards an advanced. So if you are brand new to crocheting, not saying you can't do it, but just, you know, you have your warning. But I was floored when I saw this, and I don't know if I will make it for myself. It seems like it is definitely a labor of love project, but I don't know, maybe one day I'll convince myself to make it because it's not like anything else I've ever seen. It is so pretty, the way that people have customized it. And now we are moving on to our short sleeve collection, and we are starting off with the Rosemary shirt by Layla Pari. This is too cute. I can't. It is for sale for $8.64 on Ravelry. It is adorable with its buttons. It says it's from an extra small to a 2XL. So it got some nice size range, and it looks like it has a lot of positive ease. So probably gonna be one where you can really make sure it's gonna work for your body. I think it's really cute. The ribbing, the texture, the buttons, I think it's adorable. And honestly, I can't wait to make this. I absolutely think this is one of the top ones I'm going to make. So next up we have the Braided Wheat Easy Summer Top by Brianna K Designs. You can get this one for free on her website, or you can pay $10 for an ad-free version. It is an extra small up to a 5XL, and I just think that this wheat pattern is so cute, and I love that it's a vertical construction, so then it's like the wheat is growing up like a wheat stalk. So I think this is a really good one for your spring collection, where you have that kind of extra texture for a little extra warmth before we're really in the full summer days. If you know Crochet Highways designs, you know how intricate her color work is, and this top is no exception. This is the bubble up top. And most of Crochet Highways designs are interlocking crochet, which definitely has a bit of a learning curve to it. I have learned how to do it, but I still consider myself an absolute beginner with it. This one is not interlocking crochet, which I think is a great thing for this being a summer top, because interlocking crochet does wind up kind of working up on two sides and is pretty thick, but this one is much more airy and loose. So I think one, it's not gonna have that steep learning curve, and two, it is going to be a lot looser for our summer top. It's gonna feel more comfortable. This is absolutely free on Hobie's website or on Anna Marie's website herself. Now this is another one where it just says the sizing is 1 to 9, but since it is a free pattern, and Hobie does a really good job with making sure that their pattern measurements are really, really clear, there is measurements listed for every single piece of the top, and it shows exactly what size 1 or size 5 or size 9 means. So you can take a look even before you decide if you want to make this project or not. You can take a look and see if that is size inclusive for you. Next we have the Tide Pool Rectangle Tee by Jess Copham. This is a pattern that is free, though it is another one of those Lion Brand kits that you can go on Lion Brand's website and buy the whole kit with the yarn you need and get the pattern. This one is available from extra small up to 5X. And I think this one is so cute. I know I keep saying that everything I've picked out I think is cute. So hopefully you think they're cute too. But I really like how the Lion Brand yarn is working up in this example photo. Honestly, if I'm gonna make this, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and buy the kit because this colorway is fantastic. It's so cute with the tiny buttons, and it looks so nice and relaxed. I also really like that it's got the V-neck in the back too. I think it's a really unique construction, and I think this would be a fantastic make. Next is the Sivu Tee by 11 Handmade. This one is a paid pattern. It does come out to be about $9.86 US dollars. Now this is another one of those where it lists the sizing as just 1 to 9. But in the description before you buy the pattern on Ravelry, there is the measurements for you to see the bust size, so you'll know if it's going to be inclusive for you prior to buying, which is good. If I didn't already think that this intricate work with almost like a leaf-like design on the top was gorgeous to begin with, I then saw this actually made up at You Find Fibers when I went on the Dogwood Fiber Trail. And like I said in that video, I'm really happy that I saw more crochet examples instead of just knit examples. And oh my God, it was so much more stunning than I could have imagined. The detailing at the top is so gorgeous. If you love really fine detailing, intricate work, I would say make this, absolutely make this. It's so gorgeous. This is the Morgan tee by I Need It Crochet. First of all, I love that name. Second of all, this is a free pattern available on our website, or you can buy a paid pattern for $4.86. 96? Wait. $4.96. Sorry, I gotta look on Ravelry for that estimated conversion to US dollars. And it's a little. This is available from extra small up to 5X. So it's got a nice wide range of inclusivity. And it's another one of those where it's a nice solid front, but then that like more open back with this pattern work. And I think it's really cute, really fun. A nice like spring into summer wear where it is a little bit longer, a short sleeve, but then still has that like open, fun, flowy back. All right, we have the Holiday Lace and Mesh Crochet Top by Kicks and Jack Crochet. Now this is a free pattern. It is a made to measure pattern, which again, I love made to measure. I think it's really great to make sure it's gonna fit you how you want it to fit. And with this one, I've already decided I'm definitely making this. I'm going to use the Equinox yarn that I got from the fiber trail at You Find Fibers, and I've got it planned out how I'm gonna make it. So the very top's gonna be the green, and then white's gonna be that double crochet always. Next then we'll go into blue. Oh, my hands are not big enough. Into, this is gonna be hard to hold up. Into that white again for the double crochet, and then finally, at the bottom will be the purple with the white. Can I, is there a way I can hold this vertical? Hold this across my body maybe? All right, so, got my pattern, my colors lined up here. So from top down to bottom, you'll see anytime it is the double crochet, that's gonna be in this white. And then where it is the mesh and lacy pattern, that's gonna be starting off with our green into our blue with our purple down at the bottom. I think this is gonna be really cute. I'm really excited to make it, but I've got another thing that I started that I would need to do first, and I'll show you that in just a little bit. All right, we have another Kicks and Jack's crochet design. This is the Draping Lace Crochet Tee. This one is a little more airy, a little more flowy than the previous one I just showed you, but it is another one that is free and another one that is made to measure. This seems to be their thing, and I am all for it, man. I love this little contrasting detail on the sleeves and the neckline. And this looks like just the perfect flowy, it is hot outside, but I need to make sure I got something over me kind of shirt. All right, we have the Block Party Tee here by Hooked on Homemade Happiness. I absolutely love that name as well. Maybe I should have consulted some of these people before I came up with my name, but anyway. This is a free pattern. You can buy a PDF for $4. It goes from a small to a 3X. And what draws me so much to this pattern is it's a lacy top, like it's mesh, but it's structured. And that to me, just that juxtaposition of you don't think of a mesh top being structured or a structured top being so open. I don't know, it's drawing to me and I really love it. Also in these photos, the variegated yarn and how it's working up, I think you could make some stunning colorways with a whole bunch of different yarn that you find. This is our second pattern from Knits and Knots. This is the Coachella Valley Button Up. This is actually what I'm working on right now. It is a paid pattern that's $7.25 on Ravelry. It is extra small to 5X, though I will say already there's some customization information in it just from even getting started with the opening chain. So this is working up so nicely. I know I just started it today. We've got the beginning of my back panel. We've already started a little bit of the shoulder shaping. So this is like under my armpit there. Great oversized button up. I think it's really, also when I opened the pattern, it called to use Hobie's Happy Place with TL Yarn Crafts, and I already have that yarn on hand. I just have the melange version instead of a solid. And yeah, I was just like, great, I have the yarn, let's go. So once I had finished some inventory things that I needed to do, and I also made this acorn bag, I got that finished just yesterday. I was like, all right, next thing on the hook, it's gonna be this button up. I'm so excited. I know I literally just started the back panel, but I can't wait for this to be done and to wear it over just like everything. And our last pattern for today, wait a minute, I need to do a wardrobe change. Be right back. All right, there we go, that's better. This last pattern is the Batter Up Tee by Crocheted by Kay. It is a paid pattern. It is $6.70. It comes in an XX small to a triple XL. And I don't know about you, but I am a huge baseball fan. I grew up watching baseball from the get-go. My whole family bleeds pinstripes. Now, we do have a little bit of a house rivalry because James did grow up in the Boston area, but you know, we get through it. And I can't wait to make this. It's so cute. This looks like it's a really quick make, and you've got the perfect tee to last you all season long from April through October. Any baseball, any softball game, you are ready to go. All right, so that's all of our patterns that I've gathered up, but as you see, there are some amazing options to make for spring and summer tops. I hope you have been inspired. Obviously, I've already got one on the hook and another one absolutely planned, ready to go, and now I need to prioritize all the rest that I wanna make because I really want to make most of them, if not all of them. Time's not on my side for that though. So I hope you have a great week and I will see you next time.